15 love.
Just because I feel it would be proper to do so, I should give at least a little bit of the resume from the Bryan brothers. 18 Grand Slam titles, 6 here at the U.S. Open together. Most recent together coming in 2014.
Really, it's been that long, since 2014.
Yeah, 2014 they won it together. 2018, I should say the 6th is for Mike, 5 for Bob. 5 together. But yeah, not since 2014. #1 seed in doubles, the old Colombian duo, Cabal and Farah, who finally broke through at Wimbledon this summer.
Jeff Saws, what you see an awful lot of in doubles these days is good serving, getting a lot of first serves in, and the net man on top of the net right in the center of the court. Makes it very difficult to find a place to hit a return that the net man can't cover.
Game, Bryan.
A hold for Bob to start.
First game.
I believe the Bryans, and we'll see if they are indeed doing this, but they've been playing Mike Bryan in the ad court for all these last 10 years, and I believe they have switched sides. So now Mike Bryan in the deuce, Bob Bryan in the ad.
I wonder why that is.
Mike Bryan was, when he was playing with Jack Sock plays the ad, and Mike Bryan started getting confident returning in the deuce court.
Net for 6.
There's actually less pressure returning in the deuce court in regular scoring because all the break points almost happen in the ad side.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, Mike he enjoyed not having being the alpha returner that I have to win all these big points.
Heading it out of the way.
Great return from Mike Bryan there, and good hands from Withrow. He withstood quite a few crisply hit shots right at him. It's amazing how quick your hands are when you have to get them to that midsection area.
Forehand is his trademark shot. Can kind of do whatever he wants with it. Down the line, cross court, dipping, just a ridiculous amount of topspin he gets on it.
Some entertaining points right out of the gate here is Sock lining up the forehand and getting after Bob Bryan with a couple of those forehands. 13-shot rally. You don't see that often in doubles.
(14-15).
going to say what a point, but I have a feeling it's not going to be the other time we see that tonight. Exceptional.
First sets.
Brings a smile to Jack Sock's face. He's enjoying this. This is a stomping ground of doubles where he has excelled.
Jack, don't forget, is a 3-time Grand Slam doubles champion in his own right. Winning at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open with Mike Bryan last year.
He actually won with Vasek Pospisil at Wimbledon as well a few years before that. And he actually won a mixed doubles title when he was only 18 with Melanie Udan.
Cross court for the winner.
30-15.
A little bit of pressure early now on Mike Bryan's serve. Mike, the better returner of the Bryan brothers team, but the righty with a little less action on his serve. Uh-oh.
It's a pretty short lob.
Yeah, that's the problem a little bit for the Bryans. As I said, Bob Bryan with a metal hip. Up and back. He can move side to side, but up and back, he's not as powerful yet. He hasn't quite gotten that back to where he once was. And you saw it there. That was a winner lob that was a foot beyond the service line.
Not missed.
So
the short lob and a double fault from Mike Bryan. And the Jacks have the lead. Our first look at Jackson Withrow's serving.
15 love.
It's pretty good serving. One serve, one ace.
Former Texas A&M Aggie.
Not going to see that very often. Sock didn't move his feet forward. He tried to swing at the volley. I don't think he's been moving his feet as much as he probably should in the last 6 months or so. It looks to me like he's still not back to the type of shape he would want to be in to compete in singles at least.
Challenge here on the serve. And it's caught. Only give him the point.
30-15. Bryans with 2 challenges remaining.
Jack coming back from months away after that ligament injury in his thumb.
30
stays in. And towards the end of last year, it was a huge drop-off in singles. Unrelated to the injury, but so much success in doubles, and I know we were talking about it at the time. Is well, should he focus on one or the other? Or, the singles career, should he try to go full time in doubles? But obviously he wants to keep that going, even though he can be #1 in the world in doubles tomorrow.
The problem is he's got a lot of talent for singles as well.
Yeah.
If he would train and do the right things. He's an incredible athlete who doesn't actually work out as hard as a lot of today's players. has that forehand that's so nasty. Has more action on it than anybody, including Nadal.
That caught the tape and rolled down.
Sock tried to beat Bob Bryan there with just pace. Can't beat him with pace. It's got to have the pace plus that topspin dipping, making it more difficult to volley. I was about to say if Withrow had gotten broken here that you're only as good as your net man, and Jack Sock had blown this game to this point. He'd missed an easy volley and he sort of poached and let one go, but made up for it with that shot. That was brilliant stuff.
These guys competed all the way back in 2011 at the start of their careers here at the U.S. Open. Before Jackson went to college.
Sock with already 3-1 first.
And wound up being an All-American at Texas A&M, and just now starting to get his pro career underway. $150,000 in earnings, a ranking that was briefly in the top 100. We'll remind you to stay connected to the U.S. Open on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all the different social channels. You can join the conversation as well with hashtag U.S. Open. 3-1.
Love 15.
Looks as though Jack Sock has honed in on the fact that Bob Bryan doesn't get back for lobs quite as well. He got him again with a ball that Bob Bryan did recognize lob was coming, and he still wasn't quite able to get back to it.
It's nice deception.
Love 30.
And we're always singing the praises of Jack Sock. Jackson Withrow hasn't missed a ball that I can think of so far in this match. He's served well. He has made every return. Maybe it's not quite as flashy as Jack, but Withrow's been playing very well to start.
You're right about the Delray Beach tournament, by the way. 2018, last year, they beat the Bryan brothers in the quarterfinals there, winning the tournament in the end. I mentioned Jackson Withrow only has $150,000 in career earnings, but as a team, if they make the quarterfinals, that'll be 91 grand split between the two of them. Might be the first one he's missed, Jimmy.
Yeah.
40-30.
And it was actually the right shot to try, because he was trying to attack that lack of mobility forward from Bob Bryan. Did a good job running out to his backhand, at least getting that ball down low.
Game, Bryan.
Bryans figured out, get out of an early 15-30 hole, and Bob holds Jack Sock serving here with Ian Jackson Withrow leading 3-2 up a break. Yeah, Mike didn't get all of that. It sounded like it hit the frame.
It did hit the frame. Good athleticism from Withrow. Had the hops to get up there and snap it off. It's going to happen sometimes when you play against Jack Sock's forehand. When you're going forehand to forehand, it's not going to be easy to control.
15 all.
I'm never a fan of the jumping up in the air for no apparent reason forehand, especially if you miss it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened there to Sock.
Is that like a category like unnecessary tweener?
Yes.
Okay.
$30-15.
I do wonder, especially seeing a point like that where Bob is usually able to get up for a ball like that, and it almost looked like he was just flailing at it with that left hand.
He cannot any longer, at least right now.
Yeah.
Game. Sock Withrow. Sock Withrow lead 4-2 first set.
That was some mediocre returning from the Bryan brothers because Sock wasn't crushing the serve. He was sort of spinning it in the 105-mile-an-hour range. And they didn't get many returns solidly hit throughout that game.
Net for serve. $15.
A couple of good first serves. 2 missed returns. Mike Bryan, who's a man who did lose serve in this set, up 30-love this time in his second attempt.
Middle of the box at 95, and Withrow with the error. And what looks to be a comfortable game here for Mike Bryan.
Game, Bryan.
Sock tried to creep in and block that one back in the short hop. But Mike holds.
Sock Withrow lead 4-3 first set.
Still, it is Sock and Withrow up a break. Jackson Withrow, who's so far acquitted himself quite well. This is the first time, personally, I've seen him play live. He records a win here with Jack Sock today, would creep over the career 500 mark. It hasn't been a ton of professional matches that he's played.
Wow, that's good hands. Last time Withrow served, I was blaming Sock, saying you're only as good as your net man when you're serving, and that time Sock was tremendous. Great poach and good hands.
$40.
When we get double stats, it doesn't. It's just the team aces, which is 3. But I think all 3 of them are Withrows.
You'd be correct, yeah. All three.
Game soft
Quite an easy hold for Withrow. Yeah, of the two.
Soft Withrow leading 5 games to
Withrow
3
held
first.
30 his first service game.
Yeah,
Two
and
aces and held it love here.
Yeah, and the 2 points he lost were Sock's fault in that game. So he's been pretty tough on his own serve to this point.
So Bob Bryan serving to keep the brothers in this opening set at 3-5.
Call right serve. Ball is called out. Yeah. First service.
Yeah, good serve. Pretty casual move from Mike Bryan on the overhead.
Second double fault for Mike. The lone break came on his serve, and it came with a double fault tossed in.
They have lost 3 second serve points, the Bryan brothers.
Yep.
All 3 were double faults.
Yep.
40-15.
As Bob holds to
5 games to 4.
Jack Sock serving for the set, 5-4. Smooth sailing so far for this team. That missed.
Love 15.
Here's the opening point of the game. Sox held at 15 both times.
Now having a little trouble now holding when serving for the first set. A couple of good points in a row. You can see the speed. Sock, even with a couple extra pounds on, he still made an amazing get within that point. He's such a good athlete.
And now, opportunity here for the Bryans to get back on serve. Triple break points after the forehand error.
Yeah, pretty good volley from the Bryans that time, handling that dippy forehand from Sock. Now they're getting serious about where to serve, where you're going to move. The Bryans have gotten all 3 returns away from Withrow.
That time could not. Wasn't exactly a cracking serve, 113, but.
No, and it was right in the wheelhouse, really, for Mike Bryan. He normally makes that backhand return. He might regret that if they don't find a way to break back here. Last chance.
Yeah, off the tee, and Bob lunging to his right. Couldn't get strings on the ball. 3 break points saved. Now set point.
Very promising start to this game for the Bryans. 3 returns. They got them all past the net man. Since then, they have either missed the return or Withrow has been there to take care of any sort of weak reply.
Well, this team has paired together 3 times this year. Once in Australia, they made the round of 16. Once in Atlanta, they made the semis. Now trying to get to the second set. Gets underway. Well, we shall see if Bob Bryan and that hip doesn't look 100% today. Sure. He and Mike can rally here from down a set.
Change the shirt left serve
for the brothers.
See if that changes the momentum. They've gotten the first point on a very tight second serve that just caught half of the line.
Baseline rally with Jack style.
It's not ideal, but there's times when you almost have no choice. It's difficult to come in on that, especially right now for Bob. He's not going to get in quickly enough behind the serve and volley. And as you can see, Bob hung in there well. His ground strokes, you got to give the Bryans credit. There have been doubles players their whole career, but their ground strokes, they do not miss ground strokes very often. I think one of the reasons they didn't have success in singles is they don't quite move well enough for singles. They're not horribly slow, but just slow enough that they get taken advantage of as a rally goes on.
14-15. Bryan. First game, second set.
So far, so good here in set number 2.
Withrow doing a pretty good job to Mike in the deuce court. He's gotten a couple of clean aces out wide, and he's mixing in body, jamming him on the backhand hip. He's got a bit of a slidey serve. I was about to say pretty lively on him, but it was a little too lively that time. Just slightly mistimed on the overhead.
Yeah, you saw that shading coming across, and I think it threw Jack's timing off.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're the Bryan brothers. They don't miss ground strokes, as I said. You just saw there, Mike in a rally, and eventually the net man's going to start making himself felt, and he's going to squeeze the court, and you're going to have smaller and smaller spots to hit into. Withrow didn't do as good a job of imposing himself in that rally.
30.
A good serve, though.
That was a great pickup volley from Withrow, and a little surprised Mike Bryan just sort of tried to massage that forehand around Sock rather than just absolutely tattoo it.
Second service.
Withrow going for a big second serve. Just missed. Not going to challenge.
Gave an awful long look.
I think Withrow wanted to challenge, but Sock gets a little better look at it. He's up close and must have told him no, it did miss.
It looked wide off the racket for sure. Finishing off with a drop at the net. It's just, I think there's frustration when you look at just the skills, the raw ability from Jack Sock, and that it's on full display in the doubles court. And it has not come together as much in singles. These two played quite well today.
Good combination, actually. You think Sock's just doing a favor to his buddy Jackson Withrow, but Withrow's got some weapons that complement Jack Sock pretty well.
And Withrow, a former All-American, played doubles at A&M. He's going to the pro circuit with that intention.
Oh, no way.
Oh, they're going to lose the point. Oh, that's... Jack's giving him the stare down.
15 left.
As he went for this over, and Mike said he lost it, so he couldn't see it. Obviously, Sock couldn't see that ball as he was full 360 spin. Jackson Withrow actually got to that next ball comfortably. You got to at least put that in when your opponent hit a shot like that.
15.
It was closer than you think. That was almost around the net post, which is what he was trying to do. In between the umpire's chair and the net post, Sock obviously enjoying himself.
Even Illinois has to crack a smile after all that. I'm just glad nobody got hit in the face. Tell you what, in terms of pure entertainment value, Sock has brought it tonight.
Look, he might as well just start playing with his good buddy Nick Kyrgios. They can
they have
ham it up together and show incredible talent. Find a way not to win.
That's not fair.
14-13.
Remember they played last year at Labor Cup. Isner and Sock played doubles, and I'm thinking back, I remember Kyrgios and Sock was the doubles team as well.
Did Sock play doubles every doubles
yes,
point?
He
was
did.
Part of each doubles team.
Well, why wouldn't you?
I know, but
it's a long way to run off the court.
Bryan 2 games to 1 second.
Mike Bryan holds serve, and we are on serve in set number 2. Jack from Kansas, Jackson from Texas. Bryan's from Camarillo, California, just outside Los Angeles.
Love 15.
off. 90-mile-an-hour ace, well disguised, kicking away from Bob Bryan. Just so you know, he's very talented, Mike Bryan, but there was a little bit of luck involved with where that volley ended up. He came in on a wing and a prayer, and he was just trying to dig it off his shoe tops. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. Maybe he was going for that drop volley. That looked like he meant to.
There wasn't a lot of racket action. It's an 87-mile-an-hour ace with a sharp angle. 2 for Jack. 3 for his partner.
The right move in
14-13.
And Bob was right on top of the net. It's almost difficult to miss that volley. Positioned himself perfectly. It happens sometimes, even to the best.
No, I don't feel so bad. After a couple of aces from Sock, a couple of misses. Look at Jack.
2 games, all second sets.
Wolf, former coach from the Kansas City area.
His coach.
Mike
when
Wolf,
he was
excuse
young.
me,
Yes,
sorry,
Mike Wolf.
Remind you about the U.S. Open app that you can download. All the stats that we're getting, by the way, are through that app, usopen.org. You can find out more about that. But continue.
But it looks as though he's decided to get back together with Mike Wolf, sort of rekindle that early part of his career.
See old rhyme? Down the middle solves the riddle.
Definitely did that time, although the riddle should have been figured out at least somebody go get it. It was reachable for either player. Really, that should be Sock's forehand in the middle of the court.
40.
Withrow wants to challenge. Sock's telling him it was out. But umpire saying I didn't hear it in time. Point was already over.
Yeah, Bryan.
Finish from Mike at the net. And we're on serve. 5 games into the second. Commuted to Kansas City from Nebraska as a young junior. Jack originally from Lincoln. Now lives in Kansas City.
Love 15.
Just missed.
15.
No, this set so far, it feels as though the Bryans have been the ones that have had some opportunities, have a little bit of pressure on their opponent's serve. I thought the first set, Sock and Withrow were outplaying the Bryan brothers.
13-15.
I say that too, mediocre returns from the Bryans. Again, these are just 112, 108, those type of speeds. You should be able to get a little better hit at it than they've been getting for much of this match.
That's just an example of ridiculous angle that Sock seems to be able to create on a whim.
This was actually almost 130 mile an hour serve, so it was a good return for Mike to stay in the point, but then Sock, too good. Well, as I said in the first set, generally when Mike is serving, it's the game where the Bryans are a little bit more vulnerable.
Love 15.
I believe it's Mike who has 2 of the 3 double faults, right?
It is.
Yeah. Righty.
For 6.
That's unbelievable.
I don't know how he wasn't tumbling head over heels into the stands.
That was unbelievable get from Sock. I mean, take a look at this. Sliding right up against the fence. The Bryan brothers so discombobulated because they can't believe the point wasn't over. And all of a sudden, a little bit of pressure on Mike Bryan. Love 30 down.
That's the 3rd double from Mike alone. Triple break point, and in the 7th game, some scoreboard pressure here. Getting a little late. Big serve out wide, 111. Jack Sock has said that Coach Wolf knows me as well or better than his family sometimes. I've been working with him a long while.
Wow. Sock, if they don't break here, would love to have that shot over again. It was good stuff from Withrow. Sock got a sitter right on top of the net, and he chose sort of a weak little defensive lob. Still a break chance, but the last one.
And that's why. Mike going into the body of it, but Jack wants that one back.
Jack smiling, but I don't think he's actually happy at this moment from the two shots there. That was in his wheelhouse as well on the forehand return.
3 saved. Just long. Big hold from Mike Bryan. 3 break points saved. And the brothers are ahead in the count on serve.
Bryan leads 4 games to 3 second sets. First set, Sock Withrow.
These two won the USTA Junior National Championship in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Qualified for the U.S. Open that year and have reunited here in 2019 with just a couple of games now separating themselves from a quarterfinal at the U.S. Open.
30.
Wow. Sock is diagnosed a serve that Bob Bryan can't seem to get out to. That little short, slow kicker. It's the 3rd ace he's hit in that spot. Withrow left the building a little early that time, and it was an easy wait from Mike. I guess that's one of the problems with the Bryan brothers. The way they used to return, it would be forehands in the middle. Now it's backhands in the middle. So that might happen from time to time where neither of them want to take it, in a sense.
Yeah.
129 per second serve from Sock.
4 games all second sets.
Fastest serve of the match.
Yeah, good serve, pretty good return, but a good stretch from Mike.
Right to the body. 119.
119 with lots of movement.
Yeah.
Sliding, curling right into that right hip of Jack Sock. A couple of strange doubles. The ones that Bob has hit have been mishit at the top of the racket. That's the second time we've seen him do that. That was some excellent volleying from the Bryans, because those were difficult shots to volley. They did a good job controlling it. I think Sock thought he was going to get a shorter ball in that last forehand that he missed.
Bryan. Routine hold. With a double fault for Bob Bryan.
First set, soft Withrow.
On serve at 5-4. It's 4-5 in the second.
15-11.
These two guys are childhood friends, really. Both born in Omaha, Nebraska. Or born in Nebraska, I should say. Jackson, Lincoln. Jackson from Omaha.
15-all.
That serve has been very tough for Mike to deal with in the deuce court. He's got it sliding and moving out wide, very short in the box. He's hit a couple of aces with that serve. Oh, that's good power from Sock.
14-15.
Able to snap that high backhand overhead and bounce it over both Bryans.
Well done.
5 games all.
We're at 5-all. Now Mike Bryan serving once again. He's been struggling tonight with that serve. Got broken in the first.
Fought off a love 40 his last service game.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
That's not fair.
That was a great first volley from Mike Bryan as well. Off a tough return. Sock found an incredible angle once again.
Oh, one better at the net from Bob Bryan.
That was a little scary. He got very close to reaching over the net to hit that volley. I mean, if we had that sort of angle, but you got to make sure your racket you connect on your side of the net. The umpire would be looking right down the line, so obviously he waited just long enough.
Literally right in front of him. And Ali Neely to share. Too good. And again, that
time they got Mike with the lob. They got Mike with the lob on that one.
Bob was playing at the net. Mike just a couple steps back. Ooh.
Get out of it again. Love 40 the last time he served. Managed to get away with that game. Now 15-40. And if you remember, Sock had a sitter backhand that he did nothing with. Sock did a good job making Bob Bryan hit one more shot. Normally that would be a winner against almost everybody they play against, that first volley, and Sock made him deal with some pressure.
Oh, look out. And that's a strategy, and doubles go right at him. Jack Sock did just that. They have the break, and Jack will serve for the match. That's a Jack Sock at 6-5. Looking to upset the Bryan brothers once again, as they did in Delray Beach last year.
good. That's the one thing about Zach. He's not going to get tight serving out a doubles match. He's accustomed to winning majors and doubles, so getting to a quarterfinal, no big deal for him. Bryan's were down in this exact situation in their last match and somehow got out of it. I'd be a little surprised if they get out of it now. Triple match point, Sock serving.
Straight sets.
Game, set, and match, Stock Withrow.
And a
6-4-7-5.
thumping overhead to close it out. Sock and Withrow to the quarterfinals. And the 5-time champs, the Bryan brothers, are out.
It's actually huge for Jackson Withrow. If he can keep going here, all of a sudden he's in the game.
Jack, we'll start with you. First off, good to see you back. Had an injury earlier this year. I imagine it's encouraging in your 5th tournament back to be headed to the quarterfinals and taking out a team like Bob and Mike.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I love playing doubles. You know, I've had some success in it in my career. I'm aiming to get back to where I was in singles. For those of you who don't think I play singles anymore, I still do. No, I love playing doubles. I really enjoy playing. It's never easy playing guys I've known, you know, since I was a kid. You know, they've been legends of the sport for a long time, and but it's an incredible experience. There was a joke earlier today that we played 2 brothers from the same mother over there, and there's 2 brothers here from a different mother. So we're like family, we're close, so it was basically like 4 brothers out here playing.
Yeah, Jackson, this is kind of a full circle moment for you guys, because 2011, the first time you played in the doubles draw here, you played together as wild cards from winning the 18s nationals, and you guys go so far back. How important is that friendship with the chemistry on court?
I think it's, you know, second to none when, you know, you talk about Bob and Mike and their, you know, coordination and syncness that they have. You know, him and I are, I think, just as close to that. I know him pretty well. I know when to pick him up. He knows when to pick me up. And, you know, I think the biggest thing we do is have fun. You know, enjoy crowds like this. You guys bring out his special moments, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's an unreal experience for me. Obviously, it's going to be my first quarter of a slam, and, you know, doing it with a guy like this that I've known since I was a kid is pretty special.
And finally, a lot of fans here cheering for you tonight, but also a whole lot of people in your box. Who do we have here tonight?
We do have a whole lot of people? We got like 4.
4 quality people over there, yet.
We got my dad. We got Troy Bray, who we've known since we were kids as well from Missouri Valley. My brother, who apparently didn't want to hear us talk, who's here. Oh, he's down there. Easy. There he is. And then Mark here, who's from the club I practice at in Kansas City. So we got Coach Denton here, Jackson's college coach. I don't know if you have some more. And Larry Fox right behind Coach Denton made a long trip, stayed the night over, so I appreciate that. And again, thank you guys for staying around.
Congratulations, you guys. We'll see you in the quarters. Jack Sock, Jackson Withrow.